Hello, you sweet guy. Remember me? I'm the girl who almost didn't marry you. You made me love you, and all the time you knew it. Oh, brother, how you knew it. You made me happy. Sometimes you made me sad.
How's my babe this morning?
All right. Don't call me babe.
Why not?
Because it's not very respectful, you lug.
You know, I've been thinking.
There you go, exaggerating again.
I've been thinking, and it seems to me that you and I ought to be married.
What did you say just then?
Well, I just said maybe we ought to get married. Is there anything wrong with that?
Well, if you haven't the nerve of a government mule, well, I must say.
What's wrong?
What's wrong? Everything's wrong, that's all, just everything. What about last night? Don't tell me you've forgotten about last night.
Well, what about last night?
You've just got the wrong girl, that's all. Me, I'm Joe Flanagan. Remember? Last night you just spent all your time dancing with Linda Randall, that's all.
I danced 3 times with Linda.
And at the Henderson's house it was Madie Saunders, and at that Halloween
You
party
must be nuts. I hardly know Madie Saunders.
Don't you hay me. You just spend all your time dancing and flirting with other girls. And then when you feel your years creeping over you, you come back to good old Joe.
What do you mean years creeping over me? I'm 24, and up till now I've been free to do as I please. And as for coming back to you, I never left.
Quit shouting at me, Chris Jones. It's a fine way to propose. Yelling at me like I was a fishwife.
I wasn't yelling.
You are, too.
I was just trying to tell you that...
I know what you were trying to tell me. After wolfing around every girl...
I didn't wolf.
You did so. You're a wolf. What happened to all the others? They turn you down?
Doggone it, Joe. I never proposed to anybody but you.
A fine proposal. Making everybody miserable all the time. If you were just... Oh, why don't you go home and leave me alone?
Doggone it, Joe. I haven't made anybody miserable.
You have too.
All right, who?
Me. You darn fool.
Now, look, Joe. I didn't come around to get into a fight. Ever since I've known you, well, ever since we were kids, I guess I've been in love with you. It seemed like a nice sunny morning, and I thought to myself, I guess I'll drop by Joe's house and tell her I love her. And ask her to marry me. And that's all there is to it.
Well, why didn't you tell me this before? Why'd you have to keep it a secret all these years?
Because I didn't know, I guess.
Know what?
That I was in love with you.
Well, I like that, Chris Jones. That's just fine and dandy. So you've been stringing me along all these years, so that's it, huh?
I haven't been stringing anybody along.
Well, then tell me this, Mr. Wolf. What have you been hanging around all these years for if you didn't know whether or not you were in love with me?
Because I like to hang around. I liked you, and I wanted to...
You wanted me to be a sister to you, huh? Pals. Lead you around by the hand and keep your nose dry so you can go hanging around with every other girl.
For the love of Pete, Joe, will you stop picking on me? Gee, I never saw a girl as hard to propose to as you are.
Uh-huh. So, I thought you never proposed to any other girl before.
I never did.
Well, how do you know you never saw a girl so hard to propose to?
Oh, Joe, that's just the way you say something that you don't mean.
Well, why don't you say what you do mean? Maybe this about you and me getting married is just another way of saying something you don't mean. How do I know?
I don't know why we're having all this trouble.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because a girl likes to plan on things. That's why. If a girl's going to be in love, she wants to be 100% in love. And with a tight-mouthed clam like you, she's never safe. She can't act like she's in love because she never knows how the guy really feels about it. She can't come right out with it, and she can't even get a kick out of it because the darn fool may not be in love with her at all, and that she'd just be making an idiot out of herself in front of everybody. That's what makes me so darn sore, Chris Jones, you and your old secrets. And if you
Shut up. sick of hearing you holler like that. Judas Priest would have grabbed you're going to be in 5 years.
And,
I said shut up. You're going to?
Okay.
Now, there's only one question up between us, and you can answer it with one word. And this is the only time I'll ever ask it. Say it, one word and no more. Will you marry me?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
That's what you know, you darn fool. That's what you've always known. That's what's always made me so darn sore.
So, I think I've been loving you since the time you hit me on the forehead with a clinker.
I was a slip. I only meant to scare you. I think I've been loving you ever since you cut my hair off, remember? She was Mom's sore.
So was I, after the old man got through with me. And then there was the time we went to the freshman dance. She was the prettiest girl I ever saw that night.
And that was my first date. Yeah, and you spent all your time dancing with all the other girls.
Still would. Only they're all married.
And you're all tied up, my lad. From now on, if I even catch you looking sidewise at another girl, I'm gonna hit you over the head with an axe handle.
Seems good, doesn't it?
Seems wonderful. Hey, it's a big idea.
Huh?
Stop kissing me.
For goodness sakes.
It's all right, Mom. He's going to marry me.